Hello truckers and welcome back to American Truck Simulator with Realistic Economy. We are in San Jose, California, and well, it's raining. It's definitely raining out. So we got a job today, of course, as we do almost every day, right? Do I ever take a full day off? I don't think so. Never happens. Let's see, what is my way out of here? I think straight ahead is where we need to go. Probably should turn on the wipers as well. Don't know when the rain's going to stop. But there's one job that I can take. Well, there's two jobs. One to San Francisco. But that was not going far at all. That was like a 60-mile trip. I kind of forgot where this one's going. Is it San Diego? I think it's down towards San Diego. Probably about a 7-hour trip or so. So we'll see how or what we're doing by the end of the day. And if we'll take another load. I did go ahead and call Western Star just to see, you know, the truck I would be looking for, the price that it goes for, and yeah, I'm a little bit short. We did wake up with just shy of $180,000 in the bank account, but I'm going to need pretty close to $200,000. So I didn't spec out the truck completely, but once I got up above the current price that I have, then it was like, yeah, I can't buy it today, so I'm not going to worry about it. Let's see, 22 miles. Yeah, 22 miles before we get to where our pickup is. I almost started looking at external contracts, just because I really wasn't finding much here. There's a lot of going to Colorado, and there were actually a couple going to North Dakota, which would have been rather interesting, of course. But we're in California. We're here to stay for a little bit. I don't know how long. We'll see. But today we are headed south. Just not a great day. I mean, we're in California. California is supposed to be always good weather. And what do we get our first morning here? We get rain. So another good day, and then, you know, maybe tomorrow we'll have enough to get ourselves a Western Star. It would have been nice to get ourselves another driver on the road, but, you know, it is what it is. Another day, it's not going to hurt us. Besides, I do like Moonlight Shadow. That's our truck that we have here. I feel like I'm just taking a circle that I've been around here before. Oh, did I turn too quick? I must have. This is not the road you were looking for. That's better. Alright, let's not turn left until I'm supposed to turn left, which is up here. Now, the good news is, I didn't check on him this morning, but Paul, aka Squirrel, actually has our cistern tanker, and last I knew they were somewhere down by Atlanta, Georgia. So I don't know if he completed the load last night or not. I think he was going to Florida, possibly. I hope, if he's going to a place that has that kind of material, hopefully he can pick up something to come back with and just keep making that round trip. And if he does, he'll be making us a lot of cash with that tanker. And that'd be kind of nice for the company. Currently, I saw what our company makes per week, and we're making about $250,000 per week, give or take. We know that number is going to fluctuate quite a bit, depending on the week, right? I probably missed my green light 2 or 3 times trying to back up because my track IR was acting a little bit weird. Should mention, if you happen to hear, I don't know if the microphone will pick it up or not, any loud bangs or whatever. I'm actually recording this on the 4th of July weekend here in the States, and yep, there are fireworks going off in the background. I usually don't record ATS until nighttime because track IR, I need it to record at night because of the lights on my headset. Kind of helps determine which way, well, I'm turning my head. That's how it all sensors it. Is there a train coming, or? All right. Well, we'll just wait. We're not much of a hurry, I suppose. Just go on through. Nothing to see here. How long of a train are we going to have here today? Should I just pop it in neutral and put on the parking brake? That's about like the longest train I think I've ever seen in ATS. Usually they're like half the length of that. Want to make sure we get through this green light here. I don't even know what I'm picking up for a load. I just know it's going down towards San Diego. So we're kind of like right in the middle of the state, on the coast, just about. It looks like I need. Well, I was gonna say it looks like I need to be in the right-hand lane, but since it narrows down to one lane. I think this is where we dropped off our load last episode. I do know it's UPS I'm picking it up at. Alright, let's see. It's freight contract, of course. And we are picking up... Oh, we're actually going to Oxnard with it. It's 15... Well, we'll just say 16,000 pounds of toys. Not getting paid a whole lot, but then again... we're not going too far with it. We're just going 330 miles. Let's go ahead and take that job. Oh, now I can see the white cone flashing up ahead. It's going to be a short trailer, I do believe. The one thing I do know when I was looking at the Western Star and some kind of stuff that goes along with it, I was noticing on the transmission, I think they're all 12 speeds and none with a retarder. Which I kind of like the retarders, so... but that's not an option on the Western Star, apparently. So we'll just roll with it. Maybe I'll check out a different model number truck, and maybe they'll have different options next time. Ooh, the morning fog is really kicking in. So we should be getting to Oxnard by about 2:30 in the afternoon, and I'm wondering if it's even going to be worth turning and burning on that. Meaning dropping off a load, grabbing something and going. Because one of those things, by the time I drop off the load and pick up the next load, which, you know, you never know if it's going to be right there. It could be like an hour drive away. And by the time I pick it up, is it worth driving an hour to try to find a rest area? We'll see when we get down there. Anyone got a foghorn? No, not the train again. Really? How many trains are going to go through? Of course, it doesn't help I'm getting all the red lights. But then again, I think at this point, I'm not in a hurry. Just because I think by the time we get there, we'll probably just wrap it up in Oxnard. So by the end of the day, I'm going to check on Paul to see if he did complete the load and actually how much he got paid. So I just slept through the night, saw how much money we had. Just trying to see if the rails are down, and they're not. And yeah, I just slept through the night, saw how much money we had. And went right to the dealership, at least their website, and try to throw something together. Gotta be careful in the rain. This truck does not drive that well in the rain. Boy, this fog is getting very, very thick. Gotta pay attention what the heck I'm doing here. Oh. Got through one cross intersection, but alright. We're here to show off trains. It's not the same train, is it? I don't think so. I think the other train had a lot of tankers on it. And that one's a lot shorter. Can't even see the lights that well to see if they're red or green until you get almost right on top of them. I do like the thunderstorms that they added a while ago now, right? Part of me wants to say just a few months ago, but it might be almost a year at this point that they really enhanced the thunderstorms and the weather conditions. I don't mind the rain, but the fog I could kind of do without right now. Alright, just take our time getting on the interstate. Try to blend on in. Well, looks like we're getting right back off. I thought they were going to keep that lane open all the way until we had our exit. I guess not. All clear over there, Cindy? She said yes. Oh, the fog is lifting, the rain is letting up. I mean, we're here to see California because it's been a long time. Let's turn the wipers off. Yeah, I don't have the automatic wiper option on. Oh, that's right, 55. Even though the speed limit says 65, for trucks it's 55. So I'd be alright doing 58. Should not get a ticket for doing that. So, actually, getting back a little bit on the Western Star and the transmissions with no retarder, what the retarder basically does in short term is, like when I set the cruise control for 58 and we start going like downhill, the transmission will not allow the speed to go more than a couple miles an hour over what we set it for. So it kind of holds us back. Without that, when I go downhill, well, gravity's going to win and we're probably picking up a lot more speed than what I would like. So we have to ride the brakes a little bit more, use the Jake brake a little bit more, or engine brake, whatever you want to call it, where you're from. I'm basically probably not going to recognize that much of what we're traveling through from what I remember. I mean, in the early days, I-5 was like the most traveled road probably in ATS. Can I move over? I would like to move over there, car. Oh, now you gotta let me move over? Did I hug your lane a little bit too much and you freaked out and let me in? So I'm guessing what happened. Yeah, so a lot of the roads that we're traveling on, they're gonna probably light up because, well, yeah, it's all new. And we are headed south, by the way. From San Jose down to Oxnard. Already does have a different look. I mean, nothing looks familiar to me at all. That's the whole point. Let's come here and see some new stuff. That's just our loan interest. Okay. Another $6,012 paid towards our... I think overall it was pretty close to $2 million loan that we had. I think we got 3 loans, or did we got 4? But at one point the total was like $2 million, but I think we're... I don't know what we're down to, honestly. I know I looked at it a while ago. And actually with the amount of money I got right now, I might be able to close out one of the loans, but... Nope. We're not allowed to pay any extra off the loan. Everyone, I asked that question a while ago. Everyone's like, nope. Just keep the series going, man. You guys are loving it, so we'll just keep the series on going without paying off the loan. And we'll keep expanding the company. So when I do get down here, Walmart. The Walmart Mega Store is where we're going. And it needs to be there Sunday by 8. And it's Sunday in game, so it's got to be delivered today, which should not be an issue. Unless there is a detour somewhere. We never know about the detours in ATS. Actually, someone just commented about detours, but I think they're on episode 2 or 3 or something like that. Just getting started on the series. Someone new to the channel, and welcome aboard if you're watching the new ones that go out. But yeah, they said they turned off the detours because it just adds sometimes an hour or two to a trip, which is true. And in real life, of course, most detours may add 15 minutes, depending on the area, of course. But I would say the average detour may add 15 minutes to your trip. Guess all depends on what part of the country, where you're at. What would be kind of cool, if you get into a situation where it's the interstate is closed, and I've seen this happen before where I am, what they'll do is, if it's like a big area, before there's like a detour on the interstate, what they would do is they would find like a crossover road, have traffic over, and they would block off, make the other side of the interstate one lane, and then merge your traffic onto the other side, and just make it like a regular road. And it, you know, it takes a little while to do that, but if it's going to be closed down for a while, I have seen that done before, especially when it's construction. I think we've all seen it with construction. But a detour, construction, same thing. So unless by the end of the day here, like I said, we need about 200. So we need, the loan payment's already been done, so we need like another 25 grand. But I may go ahead and look at the Western Star again to see a different model Western Star. I knew it was in trouble when I looked at the Western Star Sleeper and it said base price was like 190. I was like, oh, that's before I even do anything to it. But at least it already had like the sleeper cab. It had like the longest chassis, I think a 6x4, a 600 horse engine. And I was trying to really figure out with the transmission what I wanted to go with. I was looking at I think there was like a half dozen transmissions in it available for it. And I was trying to see, I always want to make sure it's ready for heavy cargo, but sometimes if you go with a heavy cargo, then it's not good at normal cargo. You can't have the best of all worlds for the most part. So you try to find the one that has like the best average for all of them, I would assume. And when it comes to the transmissions, if you're going like the cheapest transmissions, like say 10 grand, and the most expensive like 15, a couple $1,000s here or there is not going to matter when you're spending $200,000 on a truck. So get one that's going to suit your needs. I did see a comment that someone said that like way back on episode 50 or 55, something like that, about just having one truck and see how many miles you can put on it. And I actually was doing that. I wasn't making YouTube videos on the ATS about it. Actually, it was before I started making videos. But I had my Volvo truck on the original... Was that a tree in the road I saw back there? On my original profile, I had a Volvo that... I don't know if the modder's name is pronounced Aerodeath. I think that's how you... I don't know how you pronounce it, but if you know, you know. And I think I had about 90,000 miles on that truck. But then they stopped editing the mod for when the game got updated. And it's been handed down through so many different modders at this point. Which is kind of a shame because it was a really great truck. And of course, as ATS has added things, the truck was not compatible for most parts and finally gave up on it. Actually, the truck may be in a garage somewhere in my original profile. I just had to park it up because it was not drivable. Yeah, this is definitely reworked quite a bit from what I remember seeing driving down the I-5. I kind of need to slow down my cruise control because I'm just catching up to the vehicles in front of me. And I'm really not going fast enough to pass people. So we'll slow right down to about 52. But that was a nice little view of the coastline that we just saw back there. Actually, am I on Route 1? No, it's not Route 1, is it? Crap, I can't remember now. Never been to California in my life. Wait, have I? No, I haven't. I have not. Had to think about that for a minute. You may be wondering, how do you not know? You know, when you go to Vegas, things happen. You don't. Sometimes you don't know where you're going. Oxnard. Actually, the day is going by pretty darn quick. I just realized it's starting at 12:30. How fast are you going, dude? I mean, I am doing 3 miles an hour under the speed limit. I just don't want to be getting a speeding ticket. And besides, when you're in California, you're supposed to be cruising, laid back. The engine of the truck is probably like, are we working today or? Low RPMs, got a light load. Should be kind of fun backing this up being a shorter trailer, so it's going to turn a lot faster than I'm going to be ready for. Yeah, the longer the trailer, the easier it is to almost maneuver it to back up. I don't know if it's because I haven't been to California in a long time, and I'm also trying to think of the way I remember it, but it's almost like traveling California. Either they sped up time, or the way they're breaking up the road and making it look, it does seem a lot more enjoyable to travel on. Ah, it's the 101, as I almost clipped a Target truck. The 101. I mean, Route 1 is on the East Coast. That's where I was getting it from. I was like, wait a minute, that's not... What's the route number in California? And I just couldn't think of it. So we're not on I-5. Yeah, the California vibes are... I can feel them coming through. I'm so relaxed driving down this road. But then again, you know, slow driving, different scenery. Whoa, 30 miles an hour. Alright, so we're looking for the Super Walmart. Now, if I can find the load at Walmart going somewhere, because it looks like we may actually have a little bit more than just an hour or two, then we might turn and burn for a little bit. I mean, we're in California. It shouldn't be that hard to find a rest area. I mean, we're doing fine on fuel, so with just a rest area alone would be good. And I can see our destination blinking up ahead, so I'm pretty sure this will be our exit. Oxnard, East Main Street up ahead. And looks like we're rolling right up to a dealership as well. Dude, you're all the way through the light, then you stop? Cash for cars. Am I going in here? Yes, we are. Just trying to see what's over there. Is it a recruitment center, maybe? Feels like it's been a while since I've been to a Super Walmart. Well, we can see it's going between these two trailers. But it should be an easy job to back up in. Nothing too difficult. Well, I didn't pull far enough forward. Oh, wow, that trailer's turning quick. I don't think I can recover from that without pulling forward a little bit. Yeah, let's pull forward. Might as well correct it now before I get too deep in. Ding. Somewhere in there. Park a brake engine and we'll decouple. 2:30. We'll see if we can find something at the Super Walmart. But we want to stay in California. That's going to be like the tricky thing. Current company job offers. Let's see what they got here. Idaho and Palm Coast, Florida. Well, that's that is a ways. Although the job would pay $5,700. All right. So nothing here. Well, external contracts is not going to work because I have to do that in real time. So let's just go jobs and freight market. Let's see what we got here in Oxnard. There's something going to Barstow, but that's going to be something I have to get done today. So that's not going to work. Okay, both going to California. Well, New Mexico, Redding. That's all the way up to the north. The question is, will I be taking the same road? Let's see. Where... So it needs to be there by the end of the next day. 12 hours and 20 minutes. That's going to be cutting it close. Let's see what else... if there's nothing else, then I'll take that one. There's one to Stockton. That needs to be there. Whew. Even that's cutting it close. If I can get there on time. Well. And this is the thing I wish they would add to the game. So I got to pick it up at ExxonMobil, but I don't know exactly where that is. That's probably a half-hour drive. So that means I could drive for about 2 hours. That's going to be cutting it close if I can get there or not. But you know what? Let's go ahead and... it does pay $4.51 per mile. Looks kind of interesting, so we're going to go ahead and take it. Hopefully it doesn't take me a half hour to get to. That's 27 minutes. But I wish they would add, when you're looking at a job, saying, you're 27 minutes out from picking that up. And I do want to just skip on down the street here a little bit to see. It's just got to be a recruitment center. Yeah, it's a recruitment center, so I don't care about the recruitment centers. So maybe headed back somewhat the same way. We'll have to check the GPS to see if they're taking us down Route 101 or up Route 101. hard on the brakes. And it's the way it always goes. When you're in a little bit of a hurry, every light's going to turn red. Every slow car, detours, all that stuff. Alright, ExxonMobil, here we come. Yep, I'm going to push the limits here. Get arrested for going this fast in California in a truck, probably. We'll just keep it between you and me. ExxonMobil's right here. All right. Give me that beautiful load that you had there. Hopefully it's still there. Up to Reading. Well, that load would have paid $11,429. I mean, it would take me days to get there, but when you finally get there, the payout would have been lovely. Oh, it's been a while since I've been to a refinery. It's like old times coming to California. Not sure if I can make that corner or not. Let's not bang into someone's... I don't know what that is. Well, let's not run into it, in other words. Ease that kingpin on in. This load's going to weigh a bit, I would assume. Oh, only 41,000 pounds. I mean, it's got weight to it, but it's not. I wouldn't call this heavy-ish. I wonder if I should, since we're kind of like right here, and before we get going on the road, because we got 2 hours on our clock, let's go ahead and see if we can find 2 hours out where I would be. Ooh, wow. I think that's going to be too far, right? That's 4 hours out. Yeah, this is going to be the problem. I didn't really think through. I probably should look for a rest area before I took on the job. That's an hour and a half, but there is a place to rest up there if I can get in there with this tanker. And we are going up 101. Is there... that's backtracking quite a bit. And then once tomorrow comes, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, we're going back up the same road we just came down, honestly. Let's see what happens if I were to... I got to take that marker off. Alright, so it's a 12-hour, 18-minute trip that way. What if I did... That adds 3 hours to the trip. So getting on the interstate doesn't really help us out too much. Well, all right. I guess to here it is. And hopefully we make up some time the next day to get up there. Because I can't really make it up to here. That's 4 hours. That's going way over our time for the day. Then we'll have to get all the way up to here Yeah, look at all the rest areas once we get up north, up to Reading. Alright, so not much of a rush then. So somewhere around 4:30 we should be getting to our exit, and I assume pulling into a small repair garage. That's why sometimes turning and burning is not always the best thing to be doing. Alright, we'll set the cruise for 56, 57, somewhere in there. Yeah, I definitely have not been on this road since they changed over like this. Alright, all you cars passed me, but now you're going to slow down enough? I mean, I'm not in a rush, but just like in real life, I don't like getting... You going to brake check me now? Oh, this lane's closed. Haha, I got out here first. Well, it's better than a detour. Oh, I get to go through a tunnel. For good luck. Gonna need it tomorrow. So, we do have 11 hours to drive in a day. And currently, if you look at the ETA, the bottom right-hand corner, it says we got another 11 hours and 36 minutes to go before we get to our destination. So it's going to be cutting it close. But either way, we will get there. It's only close because we're trying to do the whole driving for only like 11 hours and you got to take a 10-hour break. And we don't want to be driving at night either, so we just drive every day from 6 a.m. to 5 p.m., give or take. Our day always does start at 6. But when it ends, it's in the ballpark. But technically, it doesn't need to be there. Oh, it does need to be there by 6:02. So not much after, usually when we call it quits. I could wake up a little bit early. We've done that before. We'll have to push our luck with driving in the next day, but this is where we're getting off right here. I knew that was going to happen. I knew it. Right on the tight bend. I mean, yeah, I had more room to get over to next to the guardrail. But had it been right at the tight corner. But that's all me. That's just not giving them enough room. Don't know if it damaged anything. No. No damage on the trailer or the cargo. Yeah, just your old small town garage. I'm not sure if I can back it and actually get into the rest area because our trailer is kind of on the long side. So I think I'm just going to pull in. And we're going to call that good. Yeah, not the best way to park it up, but that's what we're doing, because that's what we're left with anyways. All right, I mean, that'll be fine. Anywho, before we call it here, let's go ahead and check on our driver manager. Now it's got to find Paul. There we go, Paul F. Should just look at the trailer, and I should be able to find it rather easily. Let's see, current, and yeah, they're going. Okay, so they went to Orlando, and they're going back to Denver. They do have a load right now, though. It says they're idle. They're probably sleeping. Show log. So you can see Denver to Eureka. I mean, not bad trips. But you can see the mileage that he went like 1,500. And he was getting paid $2 or $5,000. Well, let's go with the 5,000. We'll round up to 5,000 for another 400 miles with the tanker. He got paid almost 12 grand with that. So that is pretty darn good. We like that, Paul. And you got another one. Finishes in 36 hours. Does it say? Doesn't say how much he's getting paid for the trip. It just says job info and anhydrous ammonia, but it doesn't say actually how much he's going to get paid. But either way, yeah, as long as he's using that tanker and actually putting it to use, that's what we want. Our other trailers are getting used as well. So if you look at our reefer trailer and show log. All right, well, you're really not doing that well there with the reefer trailer. But I mean, since you're only traveling 600 miles, you are getting something. And what about our low loader? Show log. 8,000 space container space. I'm assuming you just keep taking the same stuff. But you know what? They're using the equipment. That's all that really matters. And yeah, so we're at 175,000. I need about 200 grand really before we get ourselves to Western Star, and then someone will get this truck in Dallas. The Dallas garage will get this truck, and whoever the lucky driver is can drive Moonlight Shadow to their delight, and we'll be in a Western Star that costs a whole bunch more. But anywho, that is we're going to wrap it up for today. So if you made it this far in the video and you like what you saw, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up button, the like button, that whole kind of thing. And if you haven't already and you're thinking about doing so, please do subscribe as well. But yeah, that's what we're going to wrap it up for today. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always, and I'll catch you again right here in American Truck Simulator with Realistic Economy. But until then, have a good one.